Bye. Hi everyone, welcome to Let's Celebrate TV Live. I'm your host, Peter Lee. Today, as always, over the command center is the guy who makes this all happen. He's my everything, producer, director, cameraman, makeup artist, and my husband. It's Phil Gordimer.
And good afternoon from a semi-sunny southern New Jersey where it's 46. Good morning, good evening for those of you watching us on Team Replay. I expect that our chat and viewers will be slightly low today because of the football playoffs with Philadelphia Eagles. So that's going to take out our East Coast audience versus the San Francisco 49ers. It might take out our West Coast audience. So
now look at you knowing all the sports ball.
Well, whatever. So we'll just drink.
There we go. So let's start with a cocktail. As always, we're having a gin and Saint Germain Gimlet. Really, I haven't even been drinking yet. Gimlet. What is Saint Germain's? It's an elderflower liqueur. It's delicious. The recipe's here. This makes one drink, so I'm going to double it. We're going to start with 4 ounces of gin, 120 mils.
The good stuff.
The good stuff, which we need to add to the shopping list because we're getting low. I'll need 2 ounces or 60 mils of the, oh right, sports ball is today. Yes, Jack.
We were coming back from Allentown, Pennsylvania from an RV show last night. So we were passing through downtown Philadelphia at 11 o'clock.
All green, okay.
And it's all green.
There I am. Okay, thank you. So this is Saint Germain's. It's beautiful. It's delicious.
It's elderflower liqueur.
Yeah, I said that. So I'm going to need 2 ounces or 60 mils for 2 drinks.
Uh-oh.
What?
Kelly's jealous. She's off the sauce because of medicine. Yeah, but that's better than coughing for the rest of your life.
I'm sorry. I'll drink twice as much today just for you. And then we're going to need some fresh lime. 1 ounce, 30 mils.
Oh, you did decide to squeeze it
Yes,
here.
I did. So hopefully this will give me an ounce. If not, it'll be close enough. When we were testing this the other day, I was following a recipe and it was just too much lime. This is a big one. Oh yeah, just barely an ounce. Perfect. Into our shaker full of ice, and then it's the shake shaky. Anytime, Kelly.
We will always be Team Velveteen Lounge. Come on now.
Come on, there we go.
So when you're better, then we'll have to go to Sardi's for dinner again.
Oh, Lord, we can't afford that, Philip. I have some lovely coupes here. And because I shook this, I'm going to double strain, be a little refined. The restaurant where I am so busy charges me in 10 minutes. Wow. Double strain. Wow. What is that?
Oh.
What?
Peggy just reminded me that we did do an episode with elderflower cranberry with a white Cosmo.
Oh yes, yes we did.
White cranberry.
Even this out a bit.
Well, didn't have to be that perfect. I'll take the smaller one.
Oh dear. Has to be about the same. And I'm just going to garnish with, we'll float a little piece of lime. Hopefully it'll float. There we go. All right, dear.
Now give me 1 second here. I just want to see.
So I think we should be live on Facebookery too.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Peggy's coming from Facebook.
Oh, awesome sauce then. Yes.
Yeah.
Yay.
See, it says it right there.
Okay.
All right, so I will talk about my temporary decision to go back to Facebook, so we'll see.
It was a surprise to me too. All right, here we go. Clink. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, that's much better.
Yeah.
Yeah, yesterday's was too limey. This is good.
So this is tart.
But you can taste the elderflower.
Yeah, and the elderflower isn't just sweet. It's sweet, but it's very, what'd you say, dear? Herbally sweet.
Gingerishly.
Almost ginger, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's really good.
All right, let's see who's in. There's not as many as we expected today. There's only 8 people in at the moment. Of course, we have Hank. We've missed a little bit. Come on, let's get back up there. One more time.
Hey, Hank.
And let's see.
Lovely.
It's utterly. So you must have your winter jacket on now. And we got Mark and company up from Oakland.
Excellent. Hi, Mark.
And of course, we have Kelly from Middletown, New York.
Hey, Kelly and Paul.
And Janet, who is always here from Rhode Island.
I can always count on
And we've
Janet.
got Jack and Paul up from
Excellent.
Scranton.
That's Kelly.
Oops, wrong person. There we go. Of course, we have Suzanne from Florida Space Coast.
Hi, Suzanne.
And we have Peggy, who's watching us on
Yay. Hi,
Facebook.
Peggy.
So that is working temporarily. We'll kind of see if we're going to keep that. Okay. And Paul's in from
Hi, Paulie.
Scranton, Pennsylvania. So it looks like let's see. It looks like wow. Looks like Pennsylvania's winning the race right now.
Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. However many people we get, we get. So, let's have some fun. Or maybe not so much fun, but let's get started. Do you have any other PSAs or anything before I dive in?
Sure.
I'm glad I asked.
So we are trying an experiment. As many of you know, I'm not a Facebook fan with doing live because it tends to be very unreliable, and their new policy of deleting them every 30 days, plus the hour it takes to set up to do that. But today, one of the companies that writes software for my controller has a way that we can go live without going through all that mess. And if they want to delete the video, that's okay. So we're going to give it a shot for a little while. As soon as it becomes unreliable again, we're going to cut it off.
Okay. So,
And Wilma's in.
hi Wilma. Always good to see you. So today, pans, tools, and proteins. Why dinner falls apart. Now, if you watched last week, you might know that this is part of a series. Last week was the first one, and it was all about using heat and seasoning. This is the second of a 3-part series of why dinner goes wrong. So today, pans, tools, and protein. Why dinner falls apart. So today is the next piece of the puzzle. Now, last time we fixed why does your food taste off. We talked about seasoning, when to salt, when to use acid instead of salt, when to use other types of seasonings. We talked about heating the pans up correctly, what good, cooking temperatures are good versus bad, and things like that. What will make something cook unevenly or whatever. We're going to expand on that today, and today we're going to talk about using the right tools and the right pans, getting things to the right temperature, even the right knives. So it's not about recipes so much as it is about your equipment. Okay, so let's talk about pans. Now, I'm going to go there, dear. You may have been taught your whole life that size doesn't matter. Well, in this case, size does matter. It does. If you use too small of a pan, say this little guy. Great little saucepan. I use it a lot. But could I do a big volume of something in this? No. What would happen if I filled this up, if I crammed a whole container of spaghetti sauce in there? What would happen? It would, first of all, be a very dense thing to try and heat up. You wouldn't be able to stir it easily without spilling it. When it would heat up, it would probably be around the edge at first, or it might glop in the center and just make a big mess. So having it in a right size pan, and a larger pan will give more surface area for the burner underneath and for the sauce or liquid or whatever you're heating up to heat more evenly, and it would be just easier to use. Now the other side of that is, can a pan be too big? Absolutely. So if I were using this great big pan, and I wanted to, say, fry a single egg, first of all, the heat would be concentrated in the center unless I let it heat up for a really long time, in which case it would probably be too hot for the egg. Then I'm going to be chasing that egg all around this pan trying to find it. Maybe...
And especially that one because it has a small intentional bow
there's
in
a
the
little
middle.
bow in the center. Now, I'm talking about liquids, now we're talking about solid things. Let's say I were using a smaller frying pan to sear something. Say like this size. If you overcrowd the pan and you fill it up, what's going to happen? The meat isn't going to sear no matter how hot it is. It's going to steam because it's going to start releasing liquid and it's just going to steam it. So then you would want to do it in a larger pan. But can a pan be too big? Absolutely. Especially if you're doing some sort of liquid in this and you want to heat it up, but it's so shallow in this pan and this all gets hot, it's going to evaporate before it heats up or reduces. You're not going to be able to stir well or mix or anything.
And a large pan takes a long time to heat evenly. It'll heat evenly eventually.
It can, but it would take longer than a smaller pan. So, actually, let me get this back out. Let's talk about non-stick pans in general. This is non-stick.
That one's ceramic.
Well, it is. This is ceramic. You know, they make them with a Teflon type thing now. It's not the same Teflon as we had in the 60s and 70s and 80s. It's a lot different. It's a lot safer now. But they're not indestructible. They do wear out a lot faster than other pans. So non-stick is not good for everything. You wouldn't want to try and sear something in this because by the time you got this heated up, the Teflon would be too hot and it's still not going to sear well. It will eventually, but by the time it sears, it's going to be overcooked. Sometimes you just want to sear something briefly. That's where you would use another type of pan. And this is non-stick. You still need to use some fat, especially for delicate foods like eggs or fish or something. So non-stick has its places, and I use these for eggs and delicate things, but you still have to add some fat to it.
More importantly, you really cannot safely put a non-stick pan in the oven. You can at a lower temperature.
Up to, well, it depends on the pan. Up to
usually 375 or 400.
Right. I think these will go a little higher because of ceramic.
Because a lot of times when you're doing a steak, for example, you're going to sear it, and if it's a thick steak, you'll then finish it in the oven versus in the pan.
Right.
If you did that with a non-stick, you'd also damage the pan.
Well, people think too with non-stick, especially the Teflon ones, that you can't heat it empty. You can. You can. It takes, in modern Teflon pans, it takes a long time. It has to get up to over 700 degrees Fahrenheit before it even thinks about releasing anything toxic. That wasn't true in the 50s and 60s and 70s, but it is now. So most home cooks, you'd have to leave that pan sitting on a burner for a couple hours, but still, you don't want to risk it. You also have to be careful with your utensils. Now, you can use metal utensils if you're super, super careful. When I've done fried fish in this, like pan fried with oil, I'll use my fish spatula, or even when I just sear them, not sear them, but with butter, right? Instead of like breading and frying, just pan roasting them. I'll use a metal fish spatula, but very carefully. They do make plastic coated ones that are safer for this type of pan. And of course, as Phil said, high heat is frowned upon with these. Even sitting on the burner, put it in the oven, you want to go for a medium-low heat and let it heat up a lot longer. Yes, dear? You look like you're going to say something. Oh.
I'm watching the levels of sound.
Okay.
And making sure everything's working.
You had that look on your face like you were about to say something.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
We have Hope in, and we're going to talk about her later.
Oh, hi, Hope. Welcome. Let's celebrate.
Oops, let's hit the right friggin' button, because the Small Channel Review is back thanks to Karen in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm. Welcome, Hope. Thank you for joining us. Now, another type of pan that's very common is stainless steel. Like this little guy. I love my stainless steel pans. Why do I love them? You can do anything in a stainless steel pan that you can in a cast iron. Let me get a pan out, a bigger one than that. Let's say this fella here. One of my favorites.
And this set is Wolfgang Puck, and it's over 25 years old now.
Yeah, and I have, what, like...
3 sets of them.
Oh, more than that, I think.
Well, now that we are moving away from it.
2 or 3 here. We have a couple up at camp, but anyway. So, nice big frying pan or skillet. Nice big sides, right? Nice bottom. You can do anything in this that you can do in a cast iron. What's the difference? Cast iron, over time, with a lot of use, will develop its own natural non-stick coating or semi-non-stick coating just through seasoning. This never will. However, so you'll have to use a little bit more oil and be more aware of that. However, this is a lot lighter, and most of the time, this can go in the dishwasher. This can never, ever, ever go in the dishwasher. You can wash it with soap and water by hand, but you don't ever want to put it in the dishwasher. So these are very popular. This can also go in the oven, just like cast iron. It can go on a grill, anything else.
But
the only thing they're not good for,
you got it,
and that depends on the manufacturer. Some of the more modern ones, they're starting to, but like these are no good for an induction burner like this one because it's an aluminum bottom and it won't, it's not magnetic, so it won't work on the induction burner.
Oh, here's one from
Learn the hard way. They use cooking sprays with some nonstick pans. They lose their nonstick quality. Well, yeah, and you know, a lot of times, if the pan is too hot, the cooking spray turns dark and gluey and gummy, and yeah, it will ruin that coating. Okay. So now let's talk about the other favorite, is cast iron.
And Wilma's right on there with us.
Iron skillets are seasoned to perfection, don't own stainless steel. Yeah, and I have a lot of cast iron too, and I go back and forth.
When I say, he says a lot, we mean a lot.
Well,
We're probably 20 plus
Oh,
pieces.
please, it's not that bad.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't. You're silly. This is one of my favorites. It's a grill pan. You see the little ridges in here, but it looks kind of shiny because I season it, I take care of it, I oil it before I put it away, I do all that. So what are the great things about this? Well, the more I use it, the more non-stick-ish it's going to get. Now, I'm going to use this later. I'm probably going to put a little oil down just to help it, but yeah, I could just throw stuff on here and it would be fine. Some of my bigger skillets, if I were to make eggs or something, I would still put some butter or oil down. It just tastes better and it's going to help them. So yeah, they're non-stick. You can make delicate things in them, but they're not non-stick like Teflon or my ceramic non-stick pan would be. So what about the good things about cast iron too? This is going to last a lifetime. You know, like my grandchildren or my great-grandchildren will still be using this long after I'm gone. This retains heat better. Doesn't necessarily heat more evenly, but it will hold the heat a lot longer than even stainless steel. Oven proof. You can pop it in the hottest oven and it just like, bring it on, bring it on. But it will need a little more care than some of the others. So you have to be mindful about cleaning it out properly, keeping it seasoned. I like to put a light coat of oil on it before I put it away, just the way my mother always did hers.
And it's kind of, oops, God damn it, wrong key today. Oh. It's kind of ironic that, you know, the myth that you cannot wash cast iron with soap and water still exists. And I was actually kind of laughing because there was a whole Facebook thing from Lodge that says you should be washing, and people are arguing with the manufacturer of Lodge that you should never be using soap and water. It'll take off the...
It doesn't.
And of course it doesn't, but it does mean you can't put it away wet, and you should
let's see if we can explain that scientifically. With cast iron, people think, oh, you just have to wipe it out, use a little salt. What you're doing is you're not getting out, you'll get a buildup, whether it's this type of surface or even a smooth one. You'll start to get a buildup. Hi, Pepper Tree, good to see you. You need to wash that food off. Otherwise, you're just getting more and more burnt food. It's going to affect how it heats. It's going to ruin it. The non-stick, the seasoning is from the oils. When the oil gets hot in cast iron, it transforms the molecules and it binds the oil to that, which builds up that non-stick coating over time. You're not going to wash it away. If you put it in the dishwasher, yeah, but just in a sink full of warm soapy water, even if you use a steel bowl on it, you're not going to get rid of that every single time. So don't worry that, oh, I washed it, it got wet, oh no, you'll be fine.
You just put it on the stove, heat it up so it goes away with no water, and then a quick paper towel with some oil in it, and you're all set.
Yep.
It's that easy.
Oh, that's good.
Yep, I agree, Wilma.
Water. Cast iron, yep. Exactly.
Why don't you show and tell what you got back there?
All right, we can do show and tell. It's almost 4 o'clock. So, you know, show and tell is our new segment. I didn't do it last time, but since we're talking about pans and cast iron, these are some very old cast iron pieces that I have that were gifted to me from after a very dear friend of mine died. These were hers. These were like her grandmother's and great-grandmother's, so they are very, very, very old. These are actually Wagner. You can see on this one, barely, you probably can't see it on camera, but it says Wagner. And I looked it up, and the way you can also tell is many of them have this little raised lip, but they're very smooth. These are also, this is Wagner. It says Wagner Ware Sydney on it. This is a number 3. And I looked them up. I just was looking at Wagner cast iron and what these sell for. These were made originally in the United States from the 1800s up to 1959. Now there's a more modern company that now makes them, but they're considered reproductions because they're not the original ones. These are probably from the early 1900s. So I have a few of these. I'm not sure if this one is Wagner or not. It doesn't say, but it does have the raised lip that they were known for. And then this one is not Wagner, I don't think, but on the back it does say cornbread skillet patent pending. I've used this one to make cornbread a number of times and it really comes out really good. Now why did I decide to show these today? Not only were we talking about cast iron, but talking about can a pan be too small? I do not know what this would have been used for. Maybe to melt some butter. Maybe, I can't imagine in the 1800s, maybe they were making individual little cakes. I don't know, or in the early 1900s. But could you fry an egg in it? Probably not, because you wouldn't be able to get a spatula in to flip it. So I don't know, but it's a sweet little pan. Maybe it was meant for decoration, I don't know. But this has been used. It's got a lot of buildup on it, and it's very clearly been used. That's my show and tell.
All right, let's just take a little break here and we'll come back. And then we will do all sorts of other fun stuff. Let's see here.
Get ready to sprinkle some extra fun into your viewing experience because we're thrilled to announce the launch of Let's Celebrate TV YouTube channel memberships. This is an amazing way for you to show your support for the channel and help us continue creating all the delicious content you love. First up, we have the Spice Rack for just $3.99 a month. This level adds a dash of excitement with exclusive loyalty badges and emojis, priority reply to your comments, early access to new videos before anyone else sees them, behind-the-scenes photos and status updates, and members-only polls where your voice helps shape our content. Next, let's stock up with the pantry staples at $6.99 a month. This tier includes all the perks from the Spice Rack, plus exclusive members-only shorts, special member shoutouts in our live streams, a direct personal email to the hosts for a more intimate connection, discounted merchandise so you can show off your Let's Celebrate TV pride for less. And for those who want to truly get in the kitchen with us, we present the Sous Chef for $14.99 a month. This premium level includes every perk from the previous tiers and adds special members-only videos, quarterly Zoom meet and greet socials. Imagine hanging out with us face-to-face, a personalized birthday video to make your special day even brighter, and the exciting opportunity for recipe and video ideas collaboration help us decide what to whip up next. Joining is easy. Just click the Join button right below this video to explore all the details and become a member today. So, what are you waiting for? Come join our inner circle and let's celebrate together even more.
And we're back. And with the help of Karen Cruz from In the Kitchen with Karen, we were able to identify a whole bunch of new small channels that will be featuring it. So after our 2-month hiatus of not being able to find channels, I'm glad to report that we've got quite a few today. So let's introduce one. All right, and today we're welcoming Hope's Homemade Kitchen. She's got about 2.7 subscribers, 2.7 thousand, and 148 videos. And as I've always said before, I'm not a fan of videos that are top-down only. We need to see a face and a personality. And what I really like about her videos, let me just turn the audio off here, is you get to see her and get to talk to her about what she's doing. Then she'll show you the recipe, and more important, recap at the end. So we get to see that face and personality, which is a very big part of a channel. And that's one of the things we've been missing when we've been looking at other channels lately. And she kind of covers the whole gamut of homemade. This is the one that caught my eye just because we live next to Philadelphia, and obviously everything in Philadelphia is cheesesteak. And it's interesting because her kitchen layout's almost identical.
I was just going to say that. It looks like
our upstairs one with just different colors. Just to remind everybody what you're seeing down here, this is a TV studio in our basement. She only has a YouTube channel. She does not have a Facebook channel or anything like that. But she's producing videos about every 5 or 6 days. It's really good. And we've added her to our channel friends, so you'll be seeing her in our weekly channel recap. In the video description for this is her link to her channel. I'm going to link her channel in chat right now, but check her out. And remember what I've always said, small channels have a real big advantage. They can answer every single comment where big channels can't. And if you want to help a small channel, yeah, it's great to hit the subscribe button, and that's great, but you want to do something even better, hit a like button and leave them a comment. Even if the comment, you don't really like it, a comment is a comment, and it tells YouTube that these guys are important.
Leave a nice comment.
Leave a nice comment, yes. And I will pop her information into chat.
Keyboard warriors.
Yeah, keyboard warriors. They're kind of fun.
Yeah.
I like destroying a keyboard warrior here and there.
I don't like the keyboard warriors.
All right, and here is Hope. Oops, what am I doing here?
Oh, that's right.
I don't need to be doing that. No. I need to be showing that.
Okay.
Yeah, I clicked on it and brought up another instance.
Oh,
and there we go.
See that.
Kelly and Paul have already subscribed.
Oh.
So hopefully, in a few weeks when people watch this, we'll be able to drive something to you.
We have someone that we featured on a couple of years ago as a small channel, and they had like 1,800 subscribers, and then pow, they've got 65,000 subscribers.
Oh, that was a retirement.
Yeah.
Yep, she had 2,000.
So it still comes in, and it's
yeah,
like,
she has 14,000 now in 8 months.
So, you know, we have this little small community, and we just lift each other up. It's wonderful.
And for those who've known us for a while, a couple times a year, we get a lot of our small channels in a giant Zoom session, and we kind of talk about life and just have a real good old time. So thank you, everybody.
How's your drink, dear?
What drink?
Would you like another drink?
Sure.
Okay, guess what? It's time for another cocktail. You know, it's funny, we used to only open up with one cocktail, and then one time we did 2 cocktails, and now all of a sudden, I was only planning one today, and Phil was like, okay, here's the first cocktail. I went, oh, so we're having 2. And he looked at me like, are you new here? So
we were up in Allentown, Pennsylvania yesterday to an RV show. Most of you who know us know we're big campers. We've owned multiple pop-ups and RVs and travel trailers over the years. We have a seasonal site in the mountains. We go looking, we're not really going to buy, but it's a great way to get some ideas and see what's out there. And we have a bunch of good camping friends that we meet up with up there. And up in Allentown is an amazing farmer's market with a winery and a brewery, a distillery there, 8 Oaks. And we were up there, and they have a rye that's finished in port barrels. So we're going to make a Manhattan out of it.
This is brand new to us. It's hard to see, but it says 8 Oaks, and this is a double casket series port rye. So they made their rye, they finished it in their normal barrels, but then they moved it to some port wine barrels and let it age a few extra months. Yes, Kelly, it is. So the funny part is...
Where did we learn that from?
I don't know if he's watching, but we texted a picture of this to our son, Kevin. Oh, hi, Ben. Better late than ever. We get it. We get it. You're busy shooting. We get it. So we said him we hadn't bought this yet. And he's like, oh, okay, so that's for dinner tomorrow night? So, yeah, no.
He likes to invite himself for dinner.
And we love it when they come over. So we're going to try Manhattan with this. We've made lots of Manhattan. Ooh, what a great sound. We've made lots of Manhattans, but this is just to try this rye. Now, we had a teeny tiny taste of it yesterday, meaning like not even a teaspoonful. It was just enough to go,
We're going to buy it.
So this could be a wonderful new thing, or it could be the dog's breakfast. We'll find out.
So I'm not going to put up the recipe because we've done so many Manhattans, and everyone kind of knows it's a ratio of 2 to 1. 2 parts whiskey, rye preferred, to 1 part sweet vermouth. Normally you'd add bitters, but when we're trying a new rye, we don't do that because we want to taste the rye without anything extra. And then we'll add bitters the next time we go around.
Yeah. So I'm going to start with...
Hey, it's only 4 o'clock, so...
Okay. May I continue? Mon petit? Flutter.
Maybe.
If you want to drink, you're going to let me. All right.
Okay.
6 ounces of rye. Quick, dear, how many mils is that?
90.
6
No,
ounces.
180. Sorry.
Now. Wow, this smells good. Guess the Bills won. I heard screaming from my neighbor's house. He has a huge Bills flag in his yard.
Yeah, it's 4 o'clock is the Philadelphia Eagles versus the San Francisco 49ers. So hence the short traffic from our East Coast people.
Yep. Okay, I'm going to need 3 mils, 3 ounces, 90 mils of sweet vermouth. There we go.
So we have more people watching than I thought we would today.
Yeah. Some of our regulars in, like Keith.
Yep.
Oh, good. Hi, Keith. How about Phil and...
No, I'm not sure about that.
Okay.
So there we go. And more importantly, we're sending some traffic already over to
okay.
Hope.
I'm going to stir this. Normally I do the shaky, but I want to stir this. I don't want to dilute it too much. Dear, what was that thing? You stir it for how long?
60 seconds or 25 degrees.
Okay. Let's see. 60 seconds is a long time to be stirring.
The cocktail experts say if it's 25 degrees, it's the perfect balance of dilution versus cooling.
This is why I prefer to shake, because I'd be done by now. That's okay. It's the only exercise
Maybe I should go to a
really.
commercial while you're doing that.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, Hope was telling me that she...
Oh, great, on vacation. Yeah, that's close enough.
Yeah, Hope was telling me that she'd be on a plane to Florida.
Oh, my.
And I said, if you can check in, great.
From Minnesota. Okay. In our cocktail glasses. Yes, we are. We're all... Yeah, exactly, Pepper Tree. We are a very tight community.
Especially we get in a Zoom session and it's a little bit of stupidity.
Well, we laugh. We talk about keyboard warriors and what are you doing next, and You know, like my sound is always wonky or my lighting is this. Oh, look, this time I got it right. Yeah.
Yeah, we like to help small channels because a lot of small channels, when they get started, concentrate on the wrong thing. I need the best camera. I need the best this. And I need the best that.
No, you
when
need to
all
get
they need
content
is
out there
good,
and be consistent.
get content out there. But more important, just have good audio. People will forgive marginal audio, video, but if they can't hear you, when you have an echo, they're never going to watch you.
And I think you also need to be consistent. When you're all over the place, people don't know what are you doing. Okay, dear, here we go. Would you like to come up?
Yeah, I'm coming. Hold on.
Okay. Yay! I hope this is good because it wasn't cheap.
Yeah.
It really wasn't. All right, dear, here we go. Cheers.
I think Kelly and Paul are going to want to try this. Wow, that's interesting. There's some smoke there. And you can definitely taste port wine.
Peanut. Is it port? Yeah. Yeah.
It does need some bitters.
It's very complex. It is a rye, so you get that smoky rye, but yeah, the port is there, definitely.
Yeah, I think some either walnut bitters or maybe even a little bit of chocolate bitters would do it.
Why don't you go fetch the chocolate bitters? Since you're up, it's more steps, dear. And then I gotta get moving because I have more cooking and teaching to do, and you know it's after 4.
Yeah, we're halfway through the show and you haven't cooked anything yet.
I know.
Really?
I know. I'm like, ugh.
All right.
So let me get my pan heating. Okay. Hold on. That was a lot for one drink, but
Oh well.
I would have used that much in the whole pitcher, but okay.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. That's good.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
And someone had just given us, somebody on Facebook, I kind of forget who it was, asked again, how do we do these videos? So, and it's been a while since we've done a studio cam, so I thought it might be fun today to show you.
Hope here.
Yeah, especially since we have new people. So this is Peter's view, and again, this is our studio. This is downstairs in our basement.
So this door here goes back to where the air conditioning and heating and the cast litter boxes are. That door over there is a full bathroom.
And you can see above his head, we got some lights. There's
the mic.
3 cameras facing him for
up top. There's 3,
left,
and then there's 1
center, right.
And then there's the main camera that sits on top of that monitor that you saw.
And then you can see the microphone hanging down. We don't use wireless mics anymore. And then I'm back over here.
And if you see the Halloween picture, I have a mild obsession with Halloween. So
actually, to give you a reference, I'm over here.
Yeah.
And this is my control center. I manipulate all the cameras from here. I'm watching chat displays up here. I have another monitor down here that's showing me the map. And then over there is all of our equipment.
His view that shows all those little cameras, I can also see. I have a second monitor down there.
Yeah, there's another. Yeah, you can't see that over there, but
not very well. You kind of see it.
A little small monitor down. He can see the cameras.
I have a big clock down there that I can see. That.
So please, YouTube channels, don't believe this is how you have to do it in order to do. A single camera and a good microphone is all you need.
We've seen channels that have been around for a long time that have thousands and thousands of followers, and they do it on their phone.
Right. We have it because I'm in the computer business.
Tech geek.
I'm a tech geek. I can get a lot of this equipment either for free or reduced price. A couple of years ago, B&H Photo became a sponsor for ours.
So, that helped us.
So we were able to get equipment at a fraction of a price or rent it for dollars a month. So, yay.
Moving on.
Moving on. Back to you.
Okay, so let's talk more about...
And Hope, that is really all you need. As long as it's really a good microphone so they can hear you, it doesn't matter.
And you know what, Hope, if you went back, if you look at our stuff now and then went back to our first season, it's cringy.
I can't watch our first season.
But it was the best we could do at the time because you'll find out, being a YouTuber, it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. There are people out there who have gone viral right away and they get hundreds of thousands and then they go peter out. You gotta just keep at it. And if it doesn't do that right away, keep going at it.
Thank you, Ben.
Yes.
And they're actually a great example of those were not expensive microphones at all, and it did make a huge difference.
Okay, equipment tech review is over.
Yes, it is.
Let's continue on with what this show is about.
Let's cook, because I'm hungry.
I know. So, I started my little grill pan heating on my, Santa brought me this as a late present, this new induction burner.
And
I'm not sure because I am a gas burner person. I like a gas stove. So this is new to me. So we'll try it.
well, and a shout out
yeah.
to Vivor, who they're not a sponsor, but loaned us this is a commercial one because the fan is quieter.
Yeah.
The one that we own, the fan was so loud we couldn't use it.
Right. So let's talk about, my pan is heating up. Let's talk about some other tools in the kitchen. Let's start with knives. Now, we've done many live streams and videos about knives. And so the other day I was looking up, I had an idea for a recipe. So one of the first things I do, if I can't find it in my books, I go on the interwebs and I just Google it. I Google on YouTube and wherever, and I found some person who had a blog, and she had this video. It wasn't a YouTube video, it was some other kind. So she had a steak knife. Smaller than this, really. It was like a regular steak knife you would have on your dinner table. And she's cutting this, she was making borscht, and she's cutting this huge head of cabbage, and she's just hacking. Could you put that back? Thank you.
You'll see
hacking at it. And she's like, oh, you just chop it up. And what killed me is she has like 300,000 followers. That's like, what? Why are you? It hurt my soul. So I want to talk about knives and using the right knife for the right job. Now, I have a nice little head of lettuce here. I will use this smaller knife for a more delicate job, and that would be taking out the core. You could do it with a paring knife, but this is a little longer. And we're going to do the pinch and grip method, and we're just going to go around carefully, and we're going to take this core out. Easy peasy. Now I want to cut this in half. Am I going to use this knife? No. I could, but it's not going to be very efficient. And that's what this is about. I'm going to go to my chef's knife. A lot of people are afraid of a big knife like this, and you shouldn't be. The more you use it, it will become an extension of your hand. So I could hack this and spend time sawing through it, or I can use my chef's knife. Boom. Just like that.
Can you show pinch and grip and why finger on the top is bad?
Sure. Pinch and grip. You pinch here and you grip. You can do this on any size knife. My little paring knife. Pinch and grip. Why do I do that? Now I have more control. If I'm using this for delicate work, like say scraping the rib and seeds out of a jalapeno pepper, I have more control over doing that than if I hold it back here. A lot of people do this to direct their knife, but what happens is you're doing this and you can very easily go wrong. The pinch and grip gives you the best control.
And
at first you might feel like it's a little awkward, but when you are, having worked as a chef, as a cook, when you're in the kitchen and you're chopping and chopping for 8, 10, 12 hours, this is much more comfortable than doing this, than holding it back here, because you don't have leverage. If you ever played baseball or softball when you were little and the coach told you to choke up on the bat and you moved your grip up, it's the same principle. You're choking up on it. So you have all this as a counterbalance and you have more balance and more leverage.
And we
Chef
find
Rob, if you're watching, please call me out if I'm wrong. I think you'll agree.
most people that do put their finger on the top end up cutting themselves because they push down with that finger, and then that sends the knife this way and right into their hand.
Now, this is an argument I used to have with my mother all the time because she used her little utility knife like this for everything, which is fine, kind of. But, so if she were to make, say, tuna salad, she'd chop an onion and she'd use this to cut it open, and she'd pull apart all the, and she would very carefully cut each little piece. And so if a chef came along, her knife cuts were beautiful. But Mom, it took you 3 hours to cut those 2 ribs of celery and that 1 onion, when you could have, you learned the technique that I tried to show her and used a proper knife, and it would have been more efficient and you wouldn't be so tired. And yeah, so use the right tool for the right job. Use the right knife for the right job.
Okay, so here's why I switched over to the right camera there.
Please tell us about your knife holder. Love it. Looks bacteria free, not fond of the wooden ones. We stopped using ours. Okay, so even the wooden ones, you know, you can clean them, but yes, this knife holder came, wrong camera there. I knew you were going to do this today with all these cameras. This came with this set from Mercer. And yes, it is very easy to keep clean. You can dunk this in some hot soapy water and give it a good rinse. And the way it holds the knives, they're not sitting on their blade like a lot of the wooden ones.
Mercer Culinary is not well known in the home market. It's very popular in cooking schools because they make entire sets for students that they can learn with.
Right.
But one of the reasons we like them, and companies like, or shows like ATK, they are 15 degree, the Japanese type, and they hold an edge for a very long time, and they're reasonable.
Okay. Enough of a Mercer commercial. Let me keep going, dear. It's getting late, and we haven't done anything yet, so stop talking. We're done. The other thing you don't ever want to do... Okay, thank you for that. Get rid of that. Thank you. You don't want to do this and scoop up. Those of you who have watched this channel, I've told the story, but we have a couple new people. So when I was in school, I was watching a demo, and the chef was chopping away an onion, chop, 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 and he's doing it, chop, chop. And someone said, and he's talking to us, and someone said, well, don't you ever cut yourself? And he goes, oh no, I've been cooking for 30 plus years, blah, blah, blah. And he went to do this to scoop up the onions, and it slipped and went right into his hand. And his sous chef there, like, the color drained out of her face, and she was like, oh. And he went, oh. And you could see the blood just pouring. So she got him out. Someone else came out and cleaned it up, and then we got a big lecture on knife safety, and we did not see that professor for a long time after that. You know, there are all kinds of rumors about stitches, but yeah. And so I told that story to someone, and who went to the school after I did, and she said, I thought that was an urban legend. They talk about that. And no, I saw it in real life. It really happened. So don't ever do that. Oh, Happy New Year, Karen. Yes, dull knives are my pet peeve too. And you know, we used to have a little catering and personal chef business many years ago, and at the time I didn't have a set of knives that I could take with me, so I would rely on using people's knives at their houses. And and even like when we're over friends' house, various friends, and I'll offer to help cook, and they'll say, hey, would you chop that up for me? Sure. And then the knives, it's like chopping with the back of the knife. It's like, can we get this honed or something? So keep your knife sharp. It'll make chopping and cutting more efficient. And if you do cut yourself, and you probably will, we all do, you're going to get a cleaner cut with a sharp knife than with a dull knife, because that's going to rip you instead of cutting you. Yeah, we know, Ben, but you can overcome that. Another thing to think about.
Ben's got a good point here.
I use my iPhone for every episode of my show, Life with Ben. It's a great tool, and it works really well for my weekly episode. But yeah, you absolutely can. You don't need what we have. My husband's a tech geek. That's why we have all this. And Ben, your episodes are brilliant. All right,
How's the pan doing?
It's fine, but you keep interrupting me, so it's just let me go. So that's that. Let's talk about spatulas. My grandma used paring knife for everything. Yeah. Yep.
Uh-oh, you're being yelled at.
Yes, Dixie. Tell my husband. Just like I said with the pan, size matters. For knives, size matters. For most tools. Let's talk spatulas for a quick moment, and then I gotta get cooking. Size matters. I have 2 spatulas here. Fish spatula, workhorse. I will use this carefully in my nonstick. I want to get one that is covered in silicone for the nonstick pans. But this is a workhorse. You can use this for anything. Cookies, anything you need to flip. Burgers, great for that. But I also have this smaller one that is coated in silicone. You want to just make sure. Would I use this in a little tiny pan, right? Like, even if I were using this one, would I use this? No, it's a little big. It really, to kind of get in there, and if I were trying to cook an egg in this would just be a little big. I have like big wide ones. You wouldn't want to use that. I would use this. You can get it in. So you want to be mindful of the size of your tools, of what you're using. And the pan that you're using them in. Alright. Alright, my pan is hot. So we're going to talk about, I need one more minute. Forks versus tongs. A lot of people use a fork to flip their food. Don't do that. You're not going to have control. Use tongs. You could use the fork to lift it up and then tongs to flip it. You're going to have control. My other equipment thing is a thermometer is your friend. Oops, wrong drawer. I always talk about my favorite thermometer, probe thermometer or stick thermometer. This guy.
Yes,
Instant read.
These ThermoWorks are an investment, but there's a reason why this is the only one you ever see on a TV show.
Okay, so let's talk about proteins and let's get cooking. I have a couple nice little shell steaks here today, and I've already seasoned them. Now, I have let these come up to room temperature. That is very important. If I pull these right from the fridge and threw it in the pan, you could absolutely do that. They're more likely to stick. And what could happen is that the outside is going to get cooked and the inside will be raw. Or by the time the inside gets cooked, the outside is going to get burned. So you can let these sit out, come up to room temperature. You can do that everything with eggs, with meats, anything. It's not going to spoil. You're not going to get bacteria. If you want to, you could cover it with plastic, but just let it come up to room temperature. Now I'm getting this good and hot. I hope we don't set off the smoke alarm again, dear.
All right.
You might want to
We'll open the window
for me. I'm going to put a tiny bit of oil in this pan and give it a brush. Give it a brush. It's going to help it sear a little more. So what we're going to do today is sear these steaks, which is going to help us talk about cooking proteins and why they go wrong for you. All right. I got some smoke here, so these are going right in. These will not take long because they're very small little steaks. They're very cute. If they were bigger, I would let them sear for 3, 4, however many minutes on each side. I'm going to give these a minute and a half on each side because they're very tiny.
And if they were much thicker steaks, you'd sear them for 3 or 4 minutes per side and then put them in the oven.
Dear, I literally just said that.
Oops. I was busy opening the window.
Yeah, okay, the house is on fire. Okay, so Hope, you'll find if you start watching our channel and our live streams, we bicker and banter back and forth. Don't get upset by it. We've had people write in like, you don't love your husband, blah, 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 blah. So, this is just silly banter. We've been together, we're going on 26 years, so calm down. So these are going. I'm going to have a sip of my drink.
See if I can split you. There we go.
Very nice. Now, if my pan was I fell from the bar, absolutely. So, if my pan wasn't hot enough, these were probably going to stick really badly. If my pan was too hot, they were going to burn. You would have seen the sizzle and the smoke and like too much, or the oil would have burned right away. This is just right. And I had it on this channel where I was talking and I let the pan get too hot, and our friend Hank was like, heat your pan. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, let me put the oil in. Whoosh. All right, let's give these a flip. Now, they did not stick.
I don't sear it a little longer than that.
Well, we'll let the other side go a little longer. Had they been sticking, and sometimes that happens even with oil, don't force it, just leave it sit. It'll let you know when it's ready to release. Turn it up a little bit. So we're gonna let this go another couple minutes.
What do you have it at? 1,000?
I just put up to 1,000.
Yeah, try 1,200.
Yes, sir. Yes, chef. See what I have to deal with. So yeah, if it's too hot, you're gonna burn the outside and the inside will cook. Now, most people, when they're cooking, especially pan roasting like this or pan grilling, they overcook because they're worried about, they want to be safe. They want to kill bacteria. They have to get to the temperature, and you know, they say, oh, you have to cook it to 180 degrees. Stop. No, you don't. No, no, no. You want to pull things earlier than you think you should. Why? I tell you all the time. Carry over cooking. I'm going to check these. These are kind of thin, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to flip this up on its side, and I'm going to go in this way. All right, I'm at 100 degrees already. It's not going to take long to get it where I want it.
All right, I'm going to jump in here for a second. So, did you notice why he went through the top?
Through the side.
Through the side, and that's because there's on all thermometers, there's an end about 1/2 inch. It will only read if that 1/2 inch is completely covered.
If you switch to my camera, I'll show you.
If you went through the top,
Right.
then you would actually go through the other side, so it'll read a much higher number than realistic.
So you can see it's very thin here, and then it kind of gets thicker. These thermometers are very good. You could just put the tip in barely and pull back, and you're going to get about the same reading.
But that's not always true.
Right. So it's always a good idea to go into the thickest part. So that means standing it up and going to the side. Just do that. I like these because they are almost instantaneous. Depending on what you buy, I think they don't make the one. They made one that was like instant and one that was like 5 seconds.
Well, yeah, they still make the regular 5-second line. This is the Thermopen 1.
Yeah.
They're almost $100. They are worth their weight in gold. I cannot leave you a link to them because they don't do affiliate sales, and you can only get them from their website. But if you check our Amazon store, we've actually had some pretty good luck with Thermo Pro. They run about $30, and they're pretty accurate. And again, even something that's not completely accurate is still better than guessing.
I'm going to pull these, and there's a reason. I'm pulling them a little extra early.
And Hope owns a Thermopen.
Oh, excellent. So you know,
It's really good.
So this is just coming up at like 112, 115, and I'm going to pull it now. 112. Yeah, I'm going to pull it now. We're going to pull them both.
All right, I'm going to make Wilma cringe just a little bit.
Fine.
Wilma says she likes hers medium well.
Okay, that's fine.
When I go to a restaurant and they ask me, how would you like it? My standard line is, I want it so rare, a good vet can bring it back to life. And usually I get a good cackle out of that.
Or an eye roll.
I never worry about it because even that will come out to be medium. I only got caught with that one time where it was too rare and I couldn't eat it.
More than once. Anyway, we're going to I have 2 here. So let's talk about when your proteins are done. Fish, chicken, turkey, poultry, beef, lamb, whatever. Oh, good. Pepper tree. What's a meter? Is that a bring the cow out and Paul will take a bite? Yeah, my husband.
Yep.
So what you want to do is let the proteins rest. These are small. These are going to take 5-6 minutes to rest. So what I'm going to do, why would I do that? I'm going to let this one over here rest. I'm not going to cover it with foil. If it were a bigger protein, I want to cover it with foil. But while these are resting, they're going to continue to cook. carryover cooking. I talk about it all the time. Carryover cooking. So I pulled these a little extra early. I might normally pull these at like 115, 118 because I want to get to 125, which is a perfect medium rare. And just that 5 to 8 degrees sitting here resting, it will continue to cook and do that. It'll get there. If I put foil over it, it might get there even faster. It's not going to get ice cold. If you let it sit there for 45 minutes, yeah, it's going to get cold, but 5 or 6 minutes. Now, if this were a big thumping roast or a chicken or a turkey, you got to let that rest a lot longer. Turkeys especially, you got to let that rest a good 45 minutes, even maybe up to an hour, depending on how big it is.
And more importantly, the rest time brings the juices back into it.
I was just going to say that. Would you like to come up here?
That's what I thought. Yeah, the meters for
smoking. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay, yeah. So, why are we doing that? What Phil just said, while this is resting, the juices in there are all hot and they're moving around, they're bubbling, and they're doing all kinds of stuff. Resting, they're going to calm down, they're going to pull in, they're going to, and this steak is going to relax, and it's going to be more tender. So, let's cut this one right away. Now watch it not bleed out. We were thinking like, oh, we're going to cut it, it's going to bleed out, but it probably won't because that's what we're trying to demonstrate.
And it's so thin.
It is thin. But
now, see, I would eat that. A lot of people won't.
You would.
I love that.
But a lot of times, if you've ever taken a steak or a roast or something and you start to cut it, and all of a sudden I hate you so much right now.
Perfect for me.
Yeah, we're not filming tonight. We're getting hammered. I had it with you. So, you've probably done it. You've probably made the mistake, and you start cutting into it. Maybe it's the Christmas roast, maybe it's a Sunday turkey or whatever, and it just starts going everywhere, and you've got this big mess. Let it sit here and rest. If only he had $100,000. Besides, I have better lawyers than he does, Jack. Anyway, though, frankly, I would never divorce him. Hi, retirement days. Good to see you.
He would just follow me.
Yeah. Jack, I would never divorce him because it's much more fun to stay married to him and punish him. So, we're going to let this rest for a few more minutes, and we're going to see where this one comes out versus this. Now, like Phil, I would eat this, but Wilma, you might not. You may need to let this go a little longer.
All right, while we do that, let's see what the rest of our channels are doing, and we've added Hope. So I'm happy to report that with the addition of Hope to our channel family, we are now at 175 small channels that we have featured in 4 years of doing this.
4 years of live streams. Have we done that long live streams?
Yeah.
Wow. But it's only been a little over a year.
It's only been a year that we've been doing it every week. It was every other week before
and of course, we come back from commercial, and what's happening? I'm stuffing my face and chewing like a cow with a piece of cut. All right, let's just rest it for about 5 minutes. Let's see if it's any more cooked than this guy over here. Now watch, it's gonna make a complete liar out of me. This is gonna be the one that bleeds out. And
Yeah, I probably need to sit even longer.
all right, so it's about the same. But
A little bit more of a gray on the outside, but
Yeah.
not much.
yeah,
Okay, it could have used 5 more minutes.
well, we didn't have 5 more minutes, dear. But you get the idea. It's my steak. I'll put it back on, Wilma.
And
There we go. There we go. Zoom to that camera. There we go, Wilma. I'll put it back on for you. Let's bump this up. So, what? Oh, you went like this, like hold.
Yeah,
hold.
let me do this first because with Jack and Paul asking where we got the knives from and all of that.
Okay.
If you'd like to support Let's Celebrate TV and you use Amazon regularly, try this. Before you shop on Amazon, go to amazon.letscelebrate.tv. It's our Amazon store, filled with products we actually use every day. In some cases, you may even find better prices or special discounts, because many Amazon sales are only available through affiliates. And here's the best part. Even if you don't buy anything from our shop, any Amazon purchase you make within 24 hours helps support the channel. So buy that tool, find a new gadget, or reorder your favorite products, and we might receive a small commission that goes directly to supporting the channel. Same Amazon, same price, and sometimes even better. One simple click helps keep the celebration going.
So I played that for you, Paul, specifically because that knife set, which is normally $180, it's on a special right now for $99 because we're an affiliate. It's still $100 and some odd if you go direct. So go through our Amazon store.
Yep. Alrighty. So, what's next on LCTV? As I said, this was number 2 in a series of 3 live streams. Our next one is all about timing and multitasking. Why dinner gets so stressful. And we're going to talk about exactly that. How do I time? When do I multitask? Do I need to multitask? It's amazing how many people struggle with that. And, alright, true confessions, even I sometimes screw up and I struggle with it too. But I've gotten a lot better over the years of figuring out what things need to be done when, what can be done early, what has to be done at the last minute, etc. Our next episode, it's still sports ball season, so we have a recipe that you may want to make for next week's sports ball teams or for any old time. We have, except for today, we're trying to cut down on red meat, but we're trying to take some of our favorite snack foods that are full of red meat, make them a little healthier-ish. Doug is a pro at timing his cooking. Yeah, there's a science behind it. So we're going to be making chicken nachos. So it's filmed, it's ready to be edited, so that will be coming out next week for you. And we have a cocktail episode. If you watched last week, we made that cocktail that we made up that was based on a couple other cocktails, and we asked you all for who wants to vote for the name. No one said anything in chat, but a lot of people came back and emailed us privately, and the winning name is the Left Bank. So we're going to be making the Left Bank cocktail this week.
How's that steak looking now?
Well, I just put it back in, dear. But these smaller pieces, look at that.
There you go.
There we go. Wilma, if you were here, you could eat this pretty soon. All right, dear, I think we can wrap this up. We went 15 whole minutes over. That's, yeah. Not terrible. Off to you, Bob.
All right, and we want to thank our channel members, Ben and Hank, Kevin and Em, our pantry stable, Mark and Melissa, our spice rack, our new one, Janison and Velveteen Lounge. All of our supporters have donated $1. Our business friends, VRH Road, and this is everyone here in chat today. that's left a message. And I want to give a shout out to Karen in the Karen
Yes.
Kitchen with Karen for helping us find some new channels.
Karen and